In one of the most dramatic and unpredictable finishes of the 2025 NFL season, the Denver Broncos and the Washington Commanders delivered a primetime classic that kept fans on the edge of their seats until the final second of overtime. This wasn't just a football game, this was a roller coaster of explosive offense, critical mistakes, standout playmaking, and a final defensive stop that will be remembered in Denver for years. Welcome to our complete review and cinematic breakdown of the Broncos vs. Commanders showdown, where Denver escaped with a razor-thin 27-26 overtime victory. Going into Week 13, both teams entered the matchup with very different storylines. The Broncos were fighting to stay relevant in the AFC playoff race, led by their young quarterback Bo Nix, whose development was one of the league's most talked-about narratives. On the other side, the Commanders, sitting at 3-9, were desperate to show progress under their new coaching structure. Both teams came into this game with something to prove, and when the lights came on, they delivered. The game opened with Washington showing surprising confidence. Marcus Mariota, known for his mobility and short-range accuracy, connected early with quick passes, establishing rhythm and keeping the Broncos' defense honest. He looked sharp, poised, and focused, ultimately finishing the night with 294 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. But despite Washington's explosive pace, the Broncos refused to back down. Bo Nix answered with deep, well-timed throws, showing maturity beyond his rookie status. His connection with receivers on intermediate routes repeatedly beat Washington's secondary. Nix would finish the game with 321 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception, rallying the offense when it mattered most. The first half was a chess match. Hits were traded, drives were extended, and momentum swung several times. Neither team was able to create real separation. It became clear early, this wasn't going to be a lopsided affair. This was a heavyweight fight. Coming out of halftime, both teams tightened their defense. Washington's pass rush began affecting Nix, forcing tighter windows and quicker decision-making. Meanwhile, Denver's defensive line clamped down on Washington's rushing lanes, daring Mariota to win the game through the air. And he almost did. Mariota began extending plays with his legs, sliding out of the pocket, buying crucial extra seconds, and finding receivers downfield. On one impressive drive, he hit a perfectly placed pass to the back corner of the end zone, giving Washington an emotional lift and a narrow lead. But Broncos fans knew better than to count their rookie quarterback out. Nix answered with several clutch throws on third down, dissecting the Commanders' secondary and marching Denver down the field. His composure in high-pressure moments continued to define the night. A late fourth-quarter drive, capped by a perfectly executed scoring sequence, swung momentum right back to Denver. As regulation wound down, the teams were neck and neck. The scoreboard was tight. Every possession felt heavier. Every mistake felt magnified. And with both defenses doing just enough to prevent a knockout blow, the stage was set for one thing. The overtime period will be remembered as one of the most dramatic sequences of the season. Tempers rose. The fans grew louder. Every snap felt like a season-defining moment. The Broncos received the ball first and leaned heavily on their running game. This is where Harvey stepped into the spotlight. With determination and grit, Harvey powered his way through the Commanders' defensive front, eventually punching in a 5-yard rushing touchdown, his most critical carry of the night. This touchdown placed Denver ahead 27-26, but Denver knew the job wasn't finished. In the NFL's overtime rules, the Commanders still had a chance. Mariota stepped on the field with ice in his veins. And he delivered. He methodically led Washington down the field, making smart passes, avoiding turnovers, and keeping hopes alive. It looked as though Washington might steal back the win. After a hard-fought touchdown drive, the Commanders found themselves with a decision that would define the outcome. They chose to go for 2 points, a bold but admirable attempt to end the game right there. The crowd held its breath. 2 yards to win. Everything on the line. Mariota snapped the ball. The pocket collapsed, receivers scrambled, and Denver's defense made the play of the night. A perfectly timed defensive surge broke up the attempt, sealing the Broncos' 1-point victory and ending the game in unforgettable fashion. Nix continues to look like the future of the franchise. Though still prone to rookie mistakes, his poise under pressure and ability to extend drives are remarkable. He completed crucial passes on third down, made smart reads, and never let the moment overwhelm him. His 321-yard performance was a major factor in Denver's win. Mariota played one of his best games in a Washington uniform. His accuracy, decision-making, and scrambling ability kept the Commanders alive. With 294 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, he did everything in his power to lead his team to victory. The final failed conversion doesn't erase the fact that he played a gutsy, high-level game. His overtime touchdown will be replayed countless times. Harvey showed power, balance, and determination, giving Denver the push it needed when the pressure was highest. This overtime victory gives Denver momentum and confidence. Bo Nix continues to develop, the defense rises in crucial moments, and the team's playoff hopes stay alive. This win also shows Denver can compete in tight games under pressure, something they struggled with in previous seasons. Another heartbreaking loss adds to a difficult season, but this performance shows progress. Mariota's leadership, the offense's explosiveness, and the defensive improvements give hope for the future. A few adjustments, and a little luck, could turn close losses into wins. Another heartbreaking loss adds to a difficult season, but this performance shows progress. Mariota's leadership, the offense's explosiveness, and the defensive improvements give hope for the future. A few adjustments, and a little luck, could turn close losses into wins. This Broncos vs. Commanders game was everything fans could ask for: dramatic, emotional, competitive, and filled with performances that will be talked about through the week. Denver walks away victorious, but Washington walks away with respect. Overtime classics like these remind us why we love football. Unpredictable, electric, heart-stopping. And on this night, the Broncos found a way to survive. Thanks for watching this full game review. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more NFL analysis, and let us know in the comments. Who impressed you the most in this game?